And there's a call. Alright guys, we're live, let's go. I'm in a good mood today. I'm tired, but I'm in a good mood. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, that looks good. That looks good. Awesome. Right. Let's go. Mrs. Biffle Chips, welcome, welcome. How you doing? How's things? How's life? Here's my faith. Yes. It's a face cam kind of day. Even though it's bright as fuck behind me because I need the window open because it is rather warm. It's not as warm as it's been, it's cooled down quite a bit. It is, will this show up with the light behind you? So, 28.6. So it's cooled down a little, not a lot, but it's not the, 35 plus degrees I've been having lately. So, I'll take it. How are you doing today? How is your weekend going? There's a car. Serene Spirit Dragon Helmet, I'll take it. Need to get one of those thermometers. Tells you the temperature and the humidity. Yeah. Well, this is from a company called Inkbird. I've got a little. We're going to do a little story time. So Inkbird, I've only relatively recently started making commercial products like this little thermometer, right? Like historically, they made industrial temperature sensors, PIDs, which are ways of controlling, like, basically instead of being on or off, the PID allows you to throttle. Derek, welcome, welcome. How you doing? How's things? How's life? Tell me all about it. A PID allows you to throttle a percentage rather than it being on or off. They made PID temperature sensors, and I originally used their equipment for my homebrewing, my own built homebrewing hardware. So I just got one of the thermometers because, well, the equipment has always served me very well. So Inkbird is the company that I use for anything to do with thermocouples. and I can say that they are reliable. Just a little bit of story time. They're not usually they're pretty decently priced as well. Like they're not cheap, but they're not expensive Inkbird stuff, which is why I always use them. But I didn't want to just use the no-name Chinese brand of stuff because homebrewing a difference of 2 degrees Celsius is enough to completely ruin a batch. But I also didn't want to go super premium like Brewtech or something because they were just ridiculously expensive. So I said on Inkbird, and all in all, I was always very happy with them. But you know, like, if you're at 32 degrees when you're mashing your grains, which is converting the starches to sugars, that's great. If you're at 34 degrees, you're gonna get a lot of starch left over, which is a big problem. If you're, 35 to 37 degrees, you'll kill all the enzymes and nothing will happen. It won't ferment, it'll go moldy. Ask me how I know. So like, a difference of 2 to 5 degrees may not sound like a lot, but when you're doing the things in what is essentially biological science, it's a big deal. You'll end up making something with the texture of wallpaper paste, and you can't ferment it because there's no sugar. It's also horrible to clean. Between having all the beer paste, exactly, having all the grain husks mixed in with something the texture wallpaper paste, it's not fun to clean. It only ever happened once to me, and that's when I swapped from using glass thermometers to electric auto-controlled to temperature controlled things. I was like, I ain't dealing with that again. And then I never had the issue again. I've got a sore throat today, which I'm thinking might be because I've barely drank anything. Ugh. It's not so like I've got an infection, it's like strained, if that makes sense. I feel like I was in a nightclub the night before and I was having to talk really loud the whole night. So what have you been up to today, Mrs. Biffle Chips? Some Guild War, easy Guild War 2 stuff. Nice, nice. Oh, it is still very warm though, guys, and it's just gonna get warmer in here. It's a rare day when I've got the door to the studio open. Nice, and it's the biffle chips, nice. One of them will be in town tomorrow. So you're video calling with your parents today, and then you're seeing one of them tomorrow? Or do you mean one of them is out of town tomorrow, which would make no sense? I'm very confused. I need more information. Aye, which option? I gave you 2 options. In person. Ah, okay, okay. Yeah, I presumed that's what's happened. But it's always fun to make something into a mini drama, you know? Oh. So I do have an issue right now, guys. Right, so I'm gonna try to activate my BRB screen. Are you ready? Are you ready? And my BRB screen should be on right now. Now I know what the issue is. I just don't know how to fix the issue right now. So the issue is that all of my streaming assets are saved on a cloud provider. All of my assets are saved on a cloud provider, and I usually should have a virtual disk on my PC. That is my cloud assets. For some reason, that virtual disk has disappeared, and I cannot fathom how to get it to reappear. I think I may try to reinstall the software I used to generate the virtual disk, because I've restarted my PC and that's not done it. And I've checked my cloud hosting, cloud storage provider even, and everything's fine. My bills are paid up, all's good in that regard, and all of my files are there. So it's specifically an issue with the software I use to generate the artificial disk for my computer. The cloud provider does have their own software, but the problem Let me take the headphones off top of it. The problem with the cloud provider software is that I've got a terabyte of cloud storage, right? So I would need a terabyte disk in my computer that I say, this is my cloud, copy. This is my local cache of my cloud storage. And then it will populate the entire disk. Even if, let's say, at the moment, I think I've got like 93 gigabytes on cloud storage. Even though that wouldn't take 93 gigabytes of the disk, it takes the whole disk. So I would need to get a terabyte disk, install it, point it to that, and then it would, I couldn't use a terabyte disk apart from what's on cloud storage, which I don't want to do. Which is why I was using this workaround, which has worked flawlessly until today. Or yesterday was when I first noticed it. So I'm going to try reinstalling the caching software I use, which fools my computer into thinking there's another hard disk, and then we will see from the my ear is itchy. We'll see from the if that fixes the issue. You won't use the OneDrive back before they got you a laptop and was looking at Linux clients on OneDrive must then sync all the data to a local drive. Exactly, that was my issue, right? Is my cloud provider's own software to sync all of the data to a local drive. I don't want to do that. Especially because a lot of that data is a backup of stuff already on my PC. So I don't want to be, I don't want to be taking up another drive of backup stuff that I've already got on this PC. Yeah. See, I only have a terabyte of cloud storage, so I could do it, but I don't really want to do it. That's fair. Something I've noticed is this window, bottom left, doesn't zoom out as far as the window top left. Weird. Makes sense, Mr. Beverages, makes sense. It also makes sense that they would give you a device specifically for work, It took them 3 years. Better late than never, I suppose. Sorry, I just noticed something. Do I need to deal with that right now? Nah, it should be fine. Oh, by the way, Missy Bifflechip, do you remember the 3-year wait list for ADHD services? Well, I decided to use my legal right to choose, and I got an appointment with a private provider in November. So in the UK, you have the right to choose who gives you your treatment, and the government will cover the costs as long as they are appropriate costs. So I found the right to choose provider, and I'm seeing them on the 13th of November, which is a lot better. There's a call. No, I want to get the blessing, not the thing. So much better. I mean, I would prefer not to go private because that's money coming out of the NHS budget and going to private profits. But at the same time, I need to get treatment before I'm 30. You know, 2 to 3 year wait list is just it's just not feasible for me. My YouTube video is frozen. The audio is working. Pause, play, skip 10 seconds. YouTube. Close the video and reopen it. There we go. The video's not actually that important to me because I'm not really watching, but at the same time, if they mention something that I want to see, I want to be able to glance down and see it, you know? Otherwise I would watch this podcast, well, listen to this podcast on like Spotify or something. Well, like I said, this podcast is available on Spotify, YouTube, obviously YouTube Music, it's on YouTube, Apple Music and all the other, podcasting music streaming services, but I like being able to glance at it and see what they're talking about from time to time. There's a call. Chars are full on spec miner. Yeah, exactly. Like some are like radio shows and some of them are like long YouTube videos. Yeah, anything just podcast with slides. Though I don't think that one's available off of YouTube. That's the thing, right? There are some where you just need the visual input, right? There are some where you just need the visual input. There isn't an option. Like, you need to be able to see what I'm talking about. There are some that literally is just two people talking and it offers no visual input other than the two people talking. And then there are some in between, like the one I'm watching, where, you know, sometimes they bring things up on screen, but realistically, it's not that important. And we'll skip the sponsor section. Yeah, exactly, you know? I used to watch a podcast about the... It was about art, and it was it was talking about how art is developed and things. I cannot remember the name of it. And that definitely needed the visuals because they were showing pieces of art and were saying, like, you know, this was inspired by this person or whatever, and like you needed to be able to see it. Penguin. Bye, Penguin. If I remember it, I will let you know. But right now, it is escaping me. It was very interesting. I'll be honest, I was watching it because I was dating a girl who was studying in university, and I wanted to be able to talk to them about it with some level of confidence. That's why I was watching it. And to be fair, I enjoyed watching it, but it's not really a primary interest of mine. But I thought it, you know, they were studying it. I thought it was important for me to try my best to understand and be able to talk to them, and we had very interesting conversations about various subjects. It was nice at the time. Oh, 29.3 degrees. It's getting warmer in here. Is not So I've got 75 U-logs on the all, Passionmite Stone Spirits on the main. Not interested in that. Ugh. One more, guys. It's kind of annoying that I got this bright light behind me, but I need the window open. Glow's not too bad because the light's on the wall behind me. It's not shining onto the monitors, if that makes sense. But it just makes the it very bright behind me. But yeah, it makes sense. Ugh. But yeah, there's no light shining onto my monitor, so it doesn't bother me. Which is why my computer is this side of the room, because I know how the sun is. There's another car. Maybe it's probably because each eye sees the glare a little different. If you focus on the content eye, yeah, makes sense. But yeah, my computer's this side of the room because of the way the light shines. But I do have foil reflectors in this window, so it's only when the window's open do we get light. I'm trying to think of a word and it's annoying me. And I've not silenced social media, so let's do that. Hmm. Ugh. Sorry, I'm rather annoyed right now, but something from that message is fine. Don't worry about it. Right, guys, I need to go and deal with this. I'm very sorry. I have face cam on. I was hoping for a long stream today. Oh, I'm really sorry, guys. Have a good one. We are going to be having our usual weekly call on Discord. So, Mr. Biff Chicks, it'd be nice if you join us, but I do understand you've got to call yourself. So, you might not be able to make it. But have a good day, night, morning, afternoon, evening. Wherever you're sitting live this video on YouTube, look after yourself, stay safe, and laugh.